Hi, I'm Susana. I'm a newly trained Spanish to English and English to Spanish interpreter learning French. If you're a bilingual person who's looking for a job and have no experience, as someone who's in the process of getting hired for my first ever interpreting position online, I have some tips and tricks for you to take on your interpreting job search, and we'll be listing the 3 top paying companies that you could apply for that are remote and that you don't need any experience for. You could start earning money as soon as tomorrow. So make sure you stay until the end of this video, but before you start cashing out, if you're a linguophile, a language and word lover, then you've come to the right place because that's all I do. So if that's what you love, then start pressing the like button in all your known languages, turn on all notifications, and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get into today's video. There's usually 3 steps to these interviews. In the first step of the interview process, the recruiter will call and ask you about your credentials listed on your resume. We'll briefly ask you about what days and times you're able to work, and we'll set you up for an online terminology test. This language assessment consists of several scenarios. Expect anywhere between 5 to 20 in which you will have to interpret between a doctor and a patient, and it will include some medical terms that will come from a list of medical terminology they will provide you with. It can be between 100 to 500 words, depending on the company. The final step of the interview process will be a live interview in which your future manager will ask you, what would you do in this scenario questions? So they might ask you, as an interpreter, what would you do if the patient uses profanity? In this scenario, you have 2 options. You have to interpret everything the patient says, and even if the doctor tells you to please not repeat it because he or she knows the patient swears a lot from prior experience, you have to explain to them that you're a third party and the conduit of communication and have to interpret everything the patient says. Or just interpret what the doctor is telling you back to the patient. Even if you don't have experience being an interpreter, you should always use your prior experience in other fields. For example, as a CNA, I got to work alongside professional, remote, and in-person interpreters, which gave me a great insight into that field. In some cases, I would even interpret for the doctor or nurse when they knew I was bilingual. Is there a job you've had where your second language skills have been used to help you or your coworkers? If yes, then you've got some experience there. Networking is very important. You should attend conferences, reach out to individuals on their LinkedIn, create an Upwork profile, and connect with people who are more experienced in the interpreting world. The biggest interpreting networking conference in the world is called American Translators Association. You can become a member of this association and they will put you on the registry, which will give you exposure as a translator or interpreter and will bring you clients independently without having to work for a big company. I got the opportunity to meet translators and interpreters from all over the world. The next one will be in Miami, Florida in October of this year. So if you're looking to become an interpreter, then this is a great way to do it. Also, locally, you can Google what conferences are going on in your area. Make sure that you keep your medical terminology and your interpreting skills up to date. The best way to do both is by doing role plays. You can either do this on your own or get a family or friend who's also bilingual. You can also find role plays on YouTube. The best ones I've practiced with are here if you click on this box and are also linked in the description below. I wanted to round this video out by giving you guys suggestions for completely remote interpreting opportunities. Number 1 comes AMN Healthcare. As one of the leading hospital systems in Texas, this hospital is well known among travel nurses and as one of the top places to work for interpreters. This is a remote job with night and day shift availability and flexible scheduling options. The starting pay is at $20 an hour and you can get up to 24 to 40 hours a week, which will put you at $2,080 a month for 24 hours a week and $3,466 a month for 40 hours a week. At number 2 comes Language Line Solutions. This is also a remote position with flexible hours similar to AMN Healthcare. However, one of the drawbacks is that the starting pay is $2 less at $18 an hour. Although one of the pros is that it is over the phone. So no need to get all dressed up and show up on your camera. You only need your headset and your phone. Perfect for students looking for a job with flexibility and no extra expenses. You will make $1,872 if you work 24 hours a week. If you work 40, you will make $3,120 a month. Last but not least, my third pick is Atrium Health. As a growing hospital system in the Southeast, Atrium is looking for remote interpreters. One of the benefits for working for this hospital is the amount of exposure you'll get to different types of medical care, which you can take with you as you advance your career. If you have no experience, you'll probably start at $19 an hour, working 24 hours a week. You will make $1,976 a month, and working 40 hours a week, you'll make $3,293 a month. Now you're ready to start cashing out? If you're new to the field of interpreting and have been applying for jobs, please comment your experiences below. I hope you find this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Ciao!